position. All the recovery position is the position that you put in when you've had an operation in order to recover. So when you've had an operation, you're unconscious but breathing. You're put in a position where the contents of your stomach will drain out, your tongue will flop forward, you're not on your front, although to be honest, your airway would be completely open on your front. The problem with being on your front is that you've got the weight of your body on your lungs. So if you are on your side, it makes it much easier for your lungs to expand. So if you had somebody that had fallen from a height and they'd landed on their front, if you can get your hand in and feel that they are breathing and you're absolutely sure, then I would be inclined to leave them on their front, to keep checking their breathing and get the paramedics with their lifting gear to sort them out. So the recovery position again, they are on their side, they're able to drain, their tongue is flopping forward, their side means that their lungs can expand freely, and their head is slightly lower than their stomach so that they are able to drain. You are expecting dribble. And you need to make sure that they are over enough. When people think about the recovery position, very often they get completely fixated about this leg. Where your leg's got to go. All the leg is doing is keeping that person on their side, because if they're really floppy and they're in a recovery position and this leg isn't pushed up, then they will naturally flop onto their front. But it's possible to put someone in a beautiful recovery position with the leg fantastically positioned, but if they are still looking up at the ceiling, then their airway will not stay open, and there's a very grave danger that they could die. So you want to put them in a position where they're draining properly. Now for a baby, you can hold them in your arms. So providing they haven't fallen from a major height and you're not worried about a spinal injury, which we'll cover in a second, if you've got a baby that is unconscious but breathing, you can pick them up, put them in your arms, and you can hold them like this, and then with the other hand, you need to check that they're breathing. You can hold them this way round, or you can hold them this way round. In various books and things, they sometimes show it this way round. Personally, I prefer it the other way round because I will get dribbled on. But the benefit of this way round is that you can see quite clearly what's going on as well. Entirely up to you, whichever feels more comfortable. But the key thing is that the head is lower than the stomach, they're over enough that they're draining. And then check with the back of your hand that they're breathing. That is crucially important. And you would take them with you to phone for an ambulance. Because if you went, oh my goodness, they're unconscious but breathing, I'll just get the phone out of my pocket and they may well stop breathing. So you need to make sure that you've maintained their airway and you keep checking. Now if you didn't want to hold them in your arms, because maybe you'd been holding them and you fell down the stairs and you were injured, that way, that's it. Then you could put them on the floor and roll them into the recovery position like that. Okay, so it's absolutely fine to do that. Insulate them from the floor if you can, and what you need to do to keep them on their side is to grab whatever you've got on the bottom of the stairs or wherever it is that you've got them, and pop that in their tummy to keep them on their side, because their leg will not keep them on their side like that. So you just roll up a blanket or a shoe or a coat, whatever you've got, and just pop it in their tummy to keep them on their side. And keep checking that they're breathing. You get the paramedics on the way, and then you come back and you cover them with something to keep them warm. So, if they have fallen down the stairs, like that, landed at the bottom, and you go rushing out, and you find that they're unconscious but breathing, it would be better not to scoop them in your arms to put them in a recovery position. It would be much better to support them very carefully and roll them into the recovery position like that, keeping the spine in line.